now that everything's busy and bustling again, it's kind of like I've realized there are some places I don't want to go to as much anymore. Like
Asakusa?
Asakusa? Yeah, I mean, I haven't been there, but one place
I ain't fucking going there.
Yeah. One place I have been to is Shibuya. And, and I
bro, it's rammed.
Forgotten how busy it gets, right? Because it's like, because I remember when I was a tourist visiting here, I was like, Shibuya is such a cool fucking area, you know, it's got so many bars and it's just busy and bustling.
It's because there's better areas now.
Yeah. And like now as a local, it was still all right to go to when you know, the country was closed because you had space and you had comfort. But I remember like this past like 2 weeks, I'd been to like Shibuya 3 times. And like after the first time, I'm like, I fucking hate people. I think I hate people right now. I just like...
Yeah, I've noticed that. It's like, I went to Shibuya last week and like it was like 2 p.m. on a Thursday.
Yeah.
And I remember like during the quarantine, it was like, you know, there'd still be people, of course, because it's Tokyo, right? But, you know, it's like pretty quiet, you know, considering that I also experienced Shibuya before the pandemic as well. And now I went back and I'm like, I can't see the road. Like I'm standing, you get to fucking Shibuya crossing.
Yeah, you get to the crossing.
And it's like 2 p.m. on a Thursday. There's like 400 people on this side of the road. Another 400 on the other side. I'm like, where are you all from? Where were you guys during the pandemic?
Well, so combined with the... You know,
and then combined with the tourists.
Yeah, obviously tourists, right? And then obviously, like you're saying, Japanese people now are way more comfortable going out. So that's been going up. Yeah, dude. If you come to Tokyo as a tourist and there's more than like 4 of you, bro, it's so hard to not like to just turn up to restaurants and stuff now. You have to book.
Yeah.
And it sucks because some of them, you have to call up in Japanese. It sucks.
So if you don't have that one friend who can do that for you, you're pretty much just limited to where you can go.
It does suck if you don't have someone or know someone who speaks Japanese or are able to speak Japanese, that you get very limited with options in terms of... you don't realize you're limited, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, actually... because I realized this because when I was walking to the bar that where I was meeting some people in Shibuya, I remember looking around. No, it wasn't Shibuya. Sorry, it was. Where did I go again? I think it was like near Shinjuku.
Okay.
Right. So I was meeting a friend at the bar, and I remember walking. It was like very, very bustling, and I remember there was one restaurant. You know, you normally see Japanese people lining up for a restaurant, right? And you have to like wait outside and stuff like that. So this one restaurant was like, people were lining up for this one restaurant, but it wasn't Japanese people. It was all foreigners. And I looked up and it was Ichiran Ramen. and I was like, no.
That pains me every time I see that.
I've never lined up for Ichiran and I refuse to. It is not line-up worthy.
I was like, clearly not trash taste for you. You know, clearly, this is the one thing we've warned you guys against.
And so Gant strutted right past those people with confidence, knowing fully well none of them will turn around and recognize Gant.
Ichiran Ramen is a very popular ramen chain in Japan. It's very popular with tourists.
But you can get Ichiran outside of Japan as well.
Yes.
So
you can?
What's the point?
Okay, do that. I like Ichiran, all right? Is it the best ramen ever? No. Would I line up for it? Certainly.
Hell no.
I think it tastes good though. It's all right. It's all right. I like because you can make it spicy. That's about it.
It's a 5.
It's fine.
It's a 5.
It's a 5 out of 10.
It ain't a 10. It ain't a 10. Yeah, it's okay.
I mean, to be fair, it is hard to find good ramen places because, as well, people on reviews for some reason in Japan are super fucking brutal with ramen. It is hard to find a ramen place above 4.2. Like I don't think I've seen one for a very long time.
Well, it's also
most of them are like 3.8.
Yeah, but it's also because like again, like there's this kind of subculture in Japan of like ramen elitists, as I like to call them, where they're just like they got their job or just hobby is to just like anytime they have free, they go to a fucking new ramen place, they try it out, and then they just tear that shit out, right?
Yeah.
And it's of course with ramen places, you're not going to find that one place that everyone unanimously likes. You know, obviously with ramen, some people like the shoyu, some people like the miso, some people like the salt more. And it's so hard to dictate. So it's like, just go in. Just like, don't even look at reviews, in my opinion, with ramen. Unless it's like a 2. Then obviously don't go in there, but...
I have the sort of opposite story to what you mentioned. We were in Okayama Station, which is kind of like...
I'm sorry.
Well, how do you even describe Okayama? It's a big transit hub for Shinkansens. And a lot of trains stop there. And that's why we were there. We were like, well, let's get dinner. So we were looking around the station, and we were going to go out of the station. We saw there was this giant restaurant, massive,
right,
huge, could probably fit like 100 people.
Yeah.
Pretty big, right? No one in it. No one. Everything else was like pretty full.
Yeah.
Right? There was like nobody in this restaurant. And we walked past this place twice. And later on, we walked past again, like 2 hours later. And there's one elderly couple sitting in there eating. Right. So, and this thing looked pristine. Like if I didn't know what it was, I would have walked in there and gladly have sat down and been like, this is probably a really nice place.
Yeah.
What do you think the food they served was? It's a Japanese dish.
Japanese dish?
What do you think is a Japanese dish that not even like some Japanese people want to eat? And they had a whole giant ass restaurant for it. Think about an obscure type of dish that.
Is it obscure?
Natto or something?
No, I mean I haven't seen it often.
Yeah.
It was intestinal hot pot. What's it called?
Motsunabe.
Motsunabe.
Okay.
It was Motsunabe,
Right.
and I was just like, Chris was like, no, we're absolutely not going in there. So yeah, it's just intestinal hot pot.
I actually like Motsunabe.
Would you like?
But I would not.
It would never be your first choice.
It wouldn't be my first choice, and I would be sus as fuck if I saw a Motsunabe place that big.
It was huge,
with no one in it.
It was so big for like what I thought was even for Japanese standards. It's like you rarely hear Japanese people talk about this being their favorite type of food, right? Like there's a lot of other stuff.
I would look at that, and my first reaction would be, someone's died in that restaurant. Someone has died from like badly like preserved, food or like bad dishes or something like that.
That seems like a Maylene dish.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just intestinal hot pot.
Yeah.
And
it's actually really nice during the winter, but it's
but
also
hear me out though. Would you ever choose it over normal Japanese hot pot?
No.
It's like, you know what I mean? Like I get it.
Yeah. That's like a once a year thing for me. Yeah. If that.
It was just odd how I don't have an issue with it existing and being intestinal hot pot. Right? I'm like, what, they eat intestines? That's so gross. I know they do that normally. Yeah. I was just surprised at how large this restaurant was dedicated to that, because that's quite rare.
Yeah, because normally it's like there are hot pot dedicated
that
places
have
maybe have Motsunabe as one of the items, but like only Motsunabe, that's weird.
Maylene, do you like
Best
Motsunabe?
food ever in Fukuoka.
Oh, I fucking knew it! Fuck off! Okay, I was in Okayama.
It's so good. No taste.
She said it's the best food ever. Fuck right off, dude. No, listen, I've had the cow intestine stuff. Chinese hot pot. It's fine. I'm not like a fuss eater. I like I refuse to eat it. I just think that like there
are a lot of people who like it, but very few people who are like, that's my fave.
There are some certain foods that I'm fine with eating, but I would never go out my way to
restaurant.
order.
You know what I mean? Like it's not the chicken feet restaurant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, can we just have a chicken restaurant that also has chicken feet? Why are we specializing in this?
Why is it also specialized in like the one thing where it's like, it's cool to eat.
Yeah.
And but it's a polarizing, and also I wouldn't like, it's like going to a restaurant that's like, oh, we specialize in celery. It's like, not sure if I like celery.
I don't know if this is just
not sure if I go though.
Yeah. There's other dishes that I would like. I don't know. So we just went to a yakitori place in the end.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You can get motsu there as well if you wanted.
Yeah.
It's fine. What? That's really weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm curious. Actually, no. You know what? I shouldn't get curiosity get the best of me, because I'm probably gonna get food poisoning.
And then Chris wanted to go to an Irish pub. We went to an Irish pub,
of course,
and there was no one inside.
Really?
It was so awkward.
Why did he want to go to an Irish pub?
I don't know. I don't know. He wanted a proper drink.
Okay.
A proper drink.
To say they serve pints, British pints.
British pints?
Oh, okay.
Which I appreciated.
Yeah. Okay.
And they had Brewdog. Okay, that's a different point. It's not for the viewers.
You should have gone to the Motsunabe place just to see.
I don't think I could have paid Chris any amount of money to go in that restaurant. I think Chris would have stabbed me rather than go in the Motsunabe.
It's like, Connor, how did you get food poisoning again?
Listen, I'm sure it's safe. I'm sure it's fine. It's just because it looked brand new, really like nice, really clean, really like well kept, really nice branding, lots of spaces. I was just kind of like, what the why for this?
Maybe it's like ultra expensive.
It might be, but again, if you are ultra expensive, Motsunabe, which seems like a very niche food, why would you be in a train station?
That's true.
That's normally train. Like, there are some good places to eat in train stations in Japan. Don't get me wrong, but it's normally like the very very affordable, very middle tier, kind of fast, because a lot of the time people are in a hurry, right?
Yeah.
So it's never the like really classy high end
fancy places.
So you feel like if you were going for that kind of market, you kind of would maybe market towards the higher end.
That's true. I don't know.
And again, it made sense that the only people I saw in there were one couple that was very elderly.
One elderly couple. That's it.
They were like, why is this place empty?
I've never met young Japanese people who are like, my favorite food's Motsunabe. Maylene doesn't get. No, she said it's nice. I bet she's bullshit. She just wants to be a contrarian.
No, she said
she's like you with arcane.
She said it's the best food in Fukuoka. That's what she said.
Fuck off.
That's what she just said.
So there's a place in Miyazaki which has the best beef in Japan, and that is way better. I'll take that. Thank you very much.